Dragon. It opens in theaters June 13th.
And we are so fired up right now. Join us now, the star of the movie, Gerard Butler.
Gerard, I love this franchise, man, because my little kids, we watch it all, and we're like, here comes Dad. I'm going to talk to Here Comes Dad today. And the fact that they're doing live action, I was like, wait, where are they going to get a real dragon? What's going on? How's it working?
That's a good question. I made the movie, and I still don't really know how it works. But no, I mean, we built everything pretty much. We built all the sets, so whereas before it was all animated, we literally built a Viking city.
Wow.
And hundreds of Vikings in costumes. But the dragons, even though they're CGI, but we used puppeteers for the dragons as well.
That's
so
cool.
You actually felt like it was surprisingly powerful doing the scenes with them. You felt like you were dealing with another actor, a living entity.
Well, I've always marveled at how manly you are, Gerard, but the fact that you grew that beard and that's real, I just can't get over it. How long did it take you to grow that beard?
Am I supposed to lie about this? Okay, yeah, it took me, that was 4 years of preparation for this role. No, that beard came in 5 parts.
That's what oh, wow.
Solid, no holes.
No holes, no. And my costume was so hot, and we were filming in winter in Belfast, so everybody was freezing. But I was always soaking wet, and so they're always having to stick the beard down again because it was...
You must feel real good right now, then.
Yeah. This is
right at home.
Look at that.
Have you had a chance to check out the Isle of Burke? Your thoughts?
I've walked around. I went on a ride yesterday. Hiccups winged something, and it was a lot of fun. But our producer just went on another ride and said it's the best ride he's ever been on.
Oh, that's cool.
And the park looks amazing.
Amazing.
It's really magical.
It really
I went over to Isle of Burke. Mara and I ran the piece yesterday. I have to tell you, to meet Toothless, it was the most magical experience. He's so wonderful. I was losing my mind just touching him and being with Toothless.
Yeah, so I got to do that for a lot of the movie. Like what you felt yesterday, it was super cool because I got to do that, but as part of this enchanting story, where the kind of audience are getting swept up with this man who hates these things, and then comes to respect and love them and realize the heroism in these beasts.
For those who may not be familiar with the movie for some reason, you didn't necessarily have to watch the animated versions before you used to see this one, right? How would you describe it?
I would say How to Train Your Dragon is basically about this boy who lives in a Viking village, and he's like a young inventor. He doesn't really fit in with the tribe, and he lives in a tribe who are all about fighting and killing dragons, and he forms a bond with the dragon, which is the worst thing possible. So this is really that story of how the boy and the dragon can kind of preserve and maybe move society forward in a way.
Friendships.
What's that?
Unlikely friendships.
Yes.
A beautiful friendship love story. Also, guys, over in the Dark Universe, you can get a monster makeover. Mario got one that was great.
That's right.
You played Dracula on the big screen. Would you be down to do a little classic Dracula makeover there?
Yeah, I'd be down, but I'm spending half this interview talking about how much time I spent in makeup.
Totally.
So I do that for a living, so I'm not always doing it for fun, but Dracula I'd be interested to see how I look.
You had to go clean shaven in that one.
Yeah.
You'd have to go right there all day.
Yeah, that was my favorite look.
And real quick, this year marks the 20th anniversary of the movie Phantom of the Opera.
That can't be 20 years, Gerard.
How'd you like doing a musical? Any chance to do another one?
I would love to do another one, but I have to get my singing voice back. I sang so much for that. That movie is like kind of seminal moment in my life. I was lucky to get it. It was an honor to do it, and I'm so proud of it. And I did not know it was the 20th year until you guys just told me before this interview.
Time flies.
Yeah.
And speaking of your singing voice, let's go way back. Your rock band back in the day. What was the name, and can we bring it back, Gerard? Where are the boys?
The boys are all lawyers. I was training as a lawyer, believe it or not. So
that's right.
It was
a lawyer
with a bunch of lawyers.
Wait a minute.
Were you called the Attorneys or
what? No. We were called Speed of Light, and then it became Speed. Neither of which are particularly original, but and we played just around venues in Edinburgh and Glasgow, and sometimes we'd have 200 people, sometimes we'd have one person. Didn't matter. We were there to have a blast.
It was a rock band? How would you describe the sound?
It was a rock band. Yeah, we did a mixture of original stuff, but I would say like the Stones, a bit of Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, you covered those guys. Yeah. Nice. That's real rock.
And on the law front, how far did you get? And what kind of law were you studying?
I was studying civil law, so it's not that exciting. I was like 6 months in tax trusts and executives, 6 months in civil litigation. And then I studied law for 5 years, and then I trained as a lawyer. So I was working in a law office for 2 years, so 7 years, and I was 1 week away from qualifying, and they fired me.
Oh.
Why'd you get fired?
I was pretty crazy. And they said, this is so clearly not where your heart lies. And it was that day I made a decision to become an actor, and I moved to London that night.
It all worked out.
That's
What
a
the
big.
hell?
Next
It all
time you
worked
come with
out.
us, we're going to need a visual of you in the suit with the briefcase.
Okay.
We asked for
I'll get
very
that for
little.
you.
Thanks.
I
I'll
need
get
to
that
see
for you.
this.
Congratulations on the film. Look forward to checking it out. How to Train Your Dragon opens in theaters.